Okay, so we are going to work on the Marquee Tool selection with the car file. So this is your second selection exercise in the course. So with your Photoshop program open, we are going to open the car file. So go to Open and select it from where you've put it on your desktop after you downloaded it, okay? And now we have the file. Okay, so there it is, the file that we're working with. My rulers are open, yours should be too, but if they're not, the keyboard command or Control R will turn on and off your rulers. So I just hit that, Command R, Control R, and it turns them on and off. Okay, Command semicolon turns on and off your grids or your guides. Now you see we have some guides set up in this file. If you hit Command or Control semicolon, you will see the guides. We are going to use that on the first step of this assignment. So we are going to go to our layer window, which you should have open, and we're going to go to the hamburger and new layer. We're going to call this 50% box. Okay, and there we go. Now, this stacking order of the box right now has the box on top, but we're going to move it in between the text layer and the background layer. And what we're going to do is we're going to get our Marquee tool, the rectangular one, and we're going to, with that layer highlighted, we're going to click and drag on those guides, and we're going to go to Edit, Fill. With white, you can select what color you want. And we're going to select white, and we're going to call it 50% and say okay. And there you have it. The layer that is produced in between the text and the background layer. I'm going to hit Command D, which turns off the marching ants. And I'm also going to hit Command semicolon to turn off the guides. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is, I don't know why my layers turned off, so I'm going to turn them back on. Layers, you're going to go to the background layer. And you see this little lock? You're going to double click that. And we're going to create a change on the background layer. Now this layer is called, this step that we're doing is going to be a destructive edit to the actual file. Okay, so you are going to get your Marquee tool again, and we're going to use the rectangular one. And with that layer selected, you are going to create a marquee. And don't touch the wheel cover because we're going to have a different thing that we're going to learn with that wheel cover. So just don't include that in your edit that we're going to do. So draw a marquee anywhere else on the background of that photo. And then we're going to go, this is a different way that you've learned before. We are going to go to Image to adjust the color, Image Adjustment, and we're going to go to Color Balance. Which you can select from many items there. And we're going to just play with the sliders. And you're going to select a color. And I want to make it like a purpley color. So there you go. So you just play around with the sliders till you get a color that you like. And then Command D turns off the marching ants. And now we are going to stay on that background layer. And you're going to take the elliptical Marquee tool. And then you're going to hit Option and Shift if you're on a Mac, or Alt and Shift if you're on a PC. And you're going to click in the middle of that wheel cover and drag it out. Drag out the ellipse until it sort of covers your wheel cover. Just, whoa. Command Z, undo, because I took my hands off the keys. Once again, Shift and Alt or Option, and right there. Okay, so we've got the marching ants around the wheel cover, and you can use the arrow keys to move your selection up or down. So I'm moving it down and to the right a little bit, but you still see that they're selected. And now we're going to learn one more keyboard shortcut, which is Command J, which will copy your selection and create a new layer. Now we're going to call that layer wheel spin. Okay, so that is the layer. Now we're going to go up to filter, blur, motion blur. And what we're going to do is apply. We're going to first move this around so you can see. See how the filter blurs it. But we just want a very slight blur. So we're going to call the angle 45 and the distance 10. That's what it says in your PDF instructions. And we're going to say OK. Now, so that put a new layer in. We still have that original wheel cover there. We can turn on and off the layers of visibility with the eyeballs. So there you have it. One other thing that we didn't do with the wheel spin layer selected, Command T, and that gives you some points for you can hold on to it and drag it and make it larger or smaller, and you can move it around. You know, you can move it with the arrows on your keyboard, right or left. But I'm going to just put it back to the size that I had it originally. So there you have it. And then I'm going to move it over just a little, cover up that original, down. And make it a little bit smaller. Yeah. And then apply the transformation. So, or hit return. And there you have your action completed. Photoshop will not let you continue unless you complete the action. So you want to complete the action that you've done. You can't, if you're like me, I like to work kind of fast. So I do one action, I go into another action. Photoshop will not let you do a new action until you complete the action that you've already gotten set in progress. Okay, so that completes that. You're going to save this image as a Photoshop file. So save and save as, hopefully. You have to name it with your last name, underscore. Okay, and then upload it to Moodle. We're not going to put this one on the Facebook page because these are all just little exercises. We only do like the fun ones on the Facebook page so we can have a critique. So if you don't have a Facebook page, okay, just upload to Moodle. All right, so save and close, and we can submit that one. Thank you.